Hello everyone. Today we will discuss water. So the ecological factor is water. So the water, so the freshwater adaptations, marine water adaptations. Previous class we will discuss freshwater adaptations. Today we will discuss marine water habitats. So the marine water habitats. In marine water salt. Marine water means sea water. Sea water, salt, salt contain high, is compared to the organisms body fluid. Organisms body fluid. So in marine water animals, the salt quantity high comparing to the body fluids. See the just rough diagram. So they are the sea water. They are the sea water. So the sea water, they contain a salt quantity is high. Sea water, salt content high. Salt content is high. So in this animals, just example fish. The fish salt content is low. Body fluids salt content low. Body fluid salt content is low. So these marine water animals face the problem of exoosmosis. So the osmosis means so the water they are moved from the low concentration to high concentration. So the water movement from the low concentration to high concentration. So they are called as osmosis. So the exoosmosis means so this body fluids water. So the body fluids water move to the surrounding water. Body fluids water to the outside the body. So the body fluids waters they move to the outside. So they face the problem of exoosmosis. Face the problem of exoosmosis. So in this exoosmosis process, so they are overcome the exoosmosis process. Few changes, few adaptations. These animals, few adaptations. So these adaptations, first adaptation, so these contain fishes contain aglomerular kidneys. Fishes contain aglomerular kidneys. Fishes contain aglomerular kidneys. So the aglomerular kidneys contain, so they contain a less nephrons. Aglomerular kidneys means they contain less nephrons. Aglomerular kidneys means less nephrons. So the less nephrons means, so this aglomerular kidneys contain a less nephrons. So these less nephrons function, so the losses of the few amount of water through the urine, the loss of the few water. So the prevention of the water loss. So the glomerular kidneys function, so they are the prevention of loss of water. Next one, these fishes drink more water. Fishes drink more water. Fishes drink the more water. So the fishes drink the more water. So the drinking of the more water, the water content is high salt content. High salt content. So the body salt content is increases. So the this drink the more water. So the increase body salt contents. The increasing the salt contents of the body. So these are the another adaptations. The gills contain a chloride secreting cells. Gills contain the chloride secreting cells. Gills contain chloride secreting cells. Chloride secreting cells. Gills contain chloride secreting cells. The gills contain the chloride secreting cells. So these chloride secreting cells, so they are the excess amount of the chlorides. Excess amount of the chlorides from the gills. So they are removing from the gills. Excess amount of the salts presenting in the body, these gills they are excreting the outside. So the one of the adaptations. First one, the fishes contain a glomerular kidneys. A glomerular kidneys means the kidneys contain less nephrons. Kidneys contain less nephrons. So these less nephrons function, they are few water, the elimination of few water through the urine. Next one, so these fishes drink the more water. Drink more water. So these more water contain a more salts. So the increasing of the body salts levels. So they are the another adaptation. So this prevention of salt adaptations. So the gills contain a chloride secreting cells. Gills contain chloride secreting cells. So these chloride secreting cells, excess amount of the salts, they are the excreting the outside. So they are the one of the adaptations. Next one, the seagulls and penguins. So the seagulls and penguins. Seagulls and penguins. Seagulls and penguins. Seagulls and penguins. So the seagulls and penguins, so they are containing the nostrils. The nostrils, they are secreting to the salts. Penguins nostrils. Through the nostrils secreting salts. The fluid like salts. So the seagulls and penguins, the nostrils, they are elimination of the fluid like salts. Elimination of fluid like salts. So they are the one of the adaptations. Next one, the tortoiles. Next one, tortoiles. So the tortoiles, they are containing a chloride secreting glands. Tortoiles contain chloride secreting glands. Tortoiles contain chloride secreting glands. Chloride secreting glands. Tortoiles contain a chloride secreting glands. Tortoiles contain a chloride secreting glands. So these glands they are removing from the excess amount of wastage, excess amount of the salts, Next one, so the another few organisms, the few cartilaginous fishes. Cartilaginous fishes. Cartilaginous fishes. The cartilaginous fishes. So these cartilaginous fishes, so they are the removing the, so they are the they contain a reabsorption of urea and TMO. Reabsorption of urea and TMO, trimethyl amino oxide. So the reabsorption of urea and trimethyl amino oxide. So these are the helps from the, so they are the maintain the balance of the ions. So they are the adaptations of the marine animals. So the first step, these sea water, the salt contents are the high, salt quantity is high comparing to the body fluids. So the animals they face the problem of exoosmosis. Exoosmosis means, So the water, they are coming from the body to outside. Water is secreting from the body to outside through the exoosmosis process. So this prevention of this process, so there are the few adaptations. So first adaptation, so these contain aglomerular kidneys. So the aglomerular kidneys means they are the less number of the nephrons. So the few amount of urea is excreting. Next one, the drinking of the more water. So the water contain salts. So these contain gills contain chloride secreting cells. These chloride secreting cells, excess amount of salts removing from the outside. Next one, the penguins and seagulls. They contain nostrils. They are removing from the salts. Next one, tortoises. They contain chloride secreting glands. These glands, they are excretion of the salts. Next one, the cartilaginous fishes, they contain a reabsorption of urea and TMO. So they are the balancing of the ions. So they are the marine animal adaptations. Next one, the adaptations in brackish water animals. Brackish water animals. Brackish water adaptations. So the brackish water means, so these are the sea water. So these are the river. So these connection place. So in this place, they are the mixing water. They are fresh water and marine water. So these are called as brackish water. So they are the fresh water. So these are the marine water. Fresh water, marine water. These two connection place. So this area is called as brackish water. So these brackish water animals, like, so they are the migrations, few adaptations. So they are the few adaptations. Like the brackish water animals, the changes the, for example, chloride secreting cells. So they are the absorption and secretion. Absorption function and secretion function. So the chloride cells, the ions increasing the body. So they are the secreting function. So the ions decreasing the body, absorption function. So they are the adaptations. So kidneys are the increasing the more amount of the water, so they are removing. So the less amount of the water, so the prevention of the removing. So they are the adaptations. Next one, so these animals, anadromous migration and catadromous migration. Anadromous migration and catadromous migration. Anadromous migration and catadromous migration. First one, anadromous migration. So the anadromous migration means the fishes moving, the migration means movement. The fishes moving from the sea water. So they are the sea water to fresh water. From the, they are the breeding. So they are the purpose of the breeding. So the fishes movement migrate from the sea water to fresh water. So this type of the migration is called as anadromous migration. Next one, catadromous migration means fresh water to marine water. So they are called as catadromous migration. Anadromous migration and catadromous migration. Anadromous migration means the fishes moving from the sea water to marine water to fresh water. So they are called as anadromous migration. Catadromous migration means fresh water to marine water. So they are the anadromous migration and catadromous migration. So the anadromous migration example, salmon and hilsa. Anadromous migration example, salmon and hilsa. Anadromous migration, salmon and hilsa. Next one, catadromous migration example. So the catadromous migration example, Anguilla bengalensis. Anguilla bengalensis. Anguilla bengalensis, so they are the catadromous migration. So they are the brackish water adaptations. The brackish, first of all, brackish water means, so the fresh water, they are entering into the marine water. These connection place, so this place is called as brackish water. They are mixing in fresh water and marine water. So they are the animals are the adaptations, like chloride absorbing cells or chloride secreting cells. These cells absorbing function and secretion function. The glomerular kidneys removing or prevention of water. So they are the anadromous migration and catadromous migration. Anadromous migration means, so the fishes migrate from the marine water to fresh water. Fishes migrate from the marine water to fresh water. So they are called as anadromous migration. Catadromous migration means, so they are the fresh water to marine water. The purpose of the breeding. So they are the marine water, brackish water adaptations.